Probably.
I was
You
muted
might
for
have
the
muted
intro.
us because we were not muted.
I think I was
And
muted for
that's
the
fair.
intro too.
Yeah, it's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a Tantus moment.
Look,
I'm gonna do something here.
Said words.
I'll just cut it for when and put it up on YouTube for when we're speaking. Whatever. I had an intro. It was muted. It was Nat 1. I rolled it. It's been a week. Look, it's fine. We're here. We're existing. I was saying that we're missing an Erik right now. Hopefully he can join us. And then, he'll be off the next couple of weeks. We're off next week. Hopefully he'll be back, when he can be back. We might have 2 sessions without Yaalkol. We'll see. Hopefully he can pop in today still. We'll find out. Anyway, now that everything seems to be functioning and working as normal, is it? You guys are unmuted. I'm unmuted. Discord's not yelling at me horrible, horrible things. Hey, look, that's, I'm happy for that. Good to know. Alright. Unfortunate. Anyway, okay. When we last left off, we'll just dive right into it. We had, everyone, Harrigan has been defeated. His fortress stands conquered. The few remainder of his people have surrendered. You've rescued a number of prisoners in honestly awful shape, as only one of them is in any real shape to be in existence, and he's even in terrible shape. Everybody has been honestly tormented and mutilated beyond existence, and yeah, probably 2 of these people aren't really on your good side, but 2 of them were. And honestly, it's sort of the situation that I feel like you all felt like...
It should be all on our good side. We just saved their lives.
I mean, like, you didn't particularly like them to begin with, is what I mean. They were just people that, certainly the spellcaster who's... I have to look up her name. Who's got
loser, makes loser face.
Yeah, and both spellcasters. The 2 spellcasters got pretty bad off, and Cutthroat got it really bad off, even worse.
Yeah. Well... Yeah, we are doing good guy things, and we're having Sandra Caster generate. So,
well,
it can only heal their wounds. Nothing.
Certainly, if you are asking her for assistance, Chandra will come ashore to look at them and speak with you. I certainly can take care of them and try my best to heal them. It might cost some. Their wounds might be more than just what spells can return to them. Minds sometimes need healing too, and there are powerful magics that can heal a shattered mind, but only to such a degree that it brings it back from the brink. There will be scars that I cannot get rid of.
Yeah.
Alright.
I mean, I think if they have scars that they can't get rid of, at least they'll have the limbs back, presumably, which is better than not having them.
I mean, it certainly can help to have your limbs back at the very least.
We could look into hiring a psychologist. Is that a thing in this world?
I don't think we need a psychic dude.
So we could look for a, I don't know, there's probably a word for it to describe someone that helps.
Therapist?
Yeah, that might exist. I was just thinking someone there's probably people that have a job that help people that go to war and come back and they have PTSD.
Honestly, there probably is. I feel like by the time you're getting into very, quotations, Renaissance era, which kind of is where Pathfinder is technologically most of the time, that gets into that kind of thing where they start looking at the psychology. So,
the real historical one, no. We didn't start caring about PTSD until after World War II.
Well, we had
I mean, we'd look people that looked
it's
at
an
mine,
interesting
but not the PTSD. That kind of thing isn't.
Yeah.
So, hey, just get them someone to cast Modify Memory. Best therapist you could ever.
Oh, that's horrifying.
That's so good. That's good though. I mean,
No, that's horrifying. But also based, but horrifying.
Gaslight them into thinking what their past actually.
You didn't have any problems. What's wrong with you?
Mm-hmm.
Holy
you always
shit.
make him have an alcohol problem. Just have him drink forever.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna go past this discussion.
Okay. Sandra will be like, now that Harrigan has been defeated and his remaining forces have been dealt with, I must return, at least for now, to Besmara's throne. I will take these 4 with me, if you would permit it, to look after them and help heal them.
Yeah. When do I gotta come around? Is that for a future, a future situation?
It would be probably preferable to be sooner rather than later, but are there situations that require you?
I'll get back to you on that. As in, we'll figure that out.
Well, inform me.
Yeah.
I will most likely head for the Isle of the Eyes when I've taken care of everything and return to the fleet.
Yeah. Let me. We gotta go discuss what our next steps are, and then if we'll probably have to go report to the council first about what's happened, and then if we don't need to rush off, I will come to Besmara's throne.
All right. At very least, if you need some time or have some council business to take care of, as I said, I will be heading for the Isle of Empty Eyes once I've returned the fleet and finished up a few things there. We can travel from there.
Yeah. Sounds good.
She'll head off. She'll take the 4 people with her to get looked after for now. That will be a future thing to resolve. We'll put them...
Yeah.
All right. So, you now have, of course, a big old pile of paperwork that seems to imply a bunch of things. So, what is your plan at this point in time?
Yeah, that's a good question. Party. Do we want to just... do we want to take, we're on Harrigan's Keep, in Harrigan's Keep right now, right? I presume?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do we want to stay here for a bit, organize the place, go through all these files, and then go back, leave a garrison here, perhaps? Maybe we can just claim this island as ours?
I mean, I think it would be prudent to have somebody here, or at least for us to give it a cursory glance. We don't know what could be hidden here.
Your 2 Chads could look over the place if you wanted to make it simple.
We could leave Cog and Shark Dude. That's true.
Yes. I really should look up Shark Dude's name, but I don't.
Yeah.
It's lost to time.
Sharky.
Sharky.
We could even. Is there a reason why we couldn't claim this island as ours?
Honestly,
I feel like they'd be like, pirates would be like, yeah, it makes sense. You killed the dude that owned it.
The council.
Theoretically, there should be no other claim since Harrigan has been killed. But the thing is, there are probably channels you want to go about. Traditionally, there are people that worked with or under Harrigan who still exist who might want to lay claim to it. Yeah. But he did go fight you first, so, you taking it over is one of those things. It's just
seems like a fair resolution, I think, to the situation.
But, again, there are some rules in place in your pirate society to keep it together, so...
Yeah, so basically we tell the council, hey, we wanted this island, can we keep it? And then they're just going to say yes,
Pretty much, yes.
There's a vote, and then they probably say yes.
Cool. I say, in terms of roleplay, we give this island to Cog.
Alright.
Everyone sounds cool with that?
Cog can have this to the base, sure.
Cool.
You did
So,
Tidewater Rock to someone, technically.
that's true. Well, technically it's not ours, but this is besides the point. It's my wife.
Here's by marriage.
My wife. I'll note down somewhere.
You did make her the governor of an island, so technically speaking, you kind of inherited it afterwards.
Yeah, at this point, that's fair, actually. It does seem like it's ours. So that's true. We should give that to someone. We should probably handle that. There's, I guess perhaps we could give it to Rio. He has a ship.
It
Everyone
is
sound cool with that?
an option that if...
Momo, I'm asking you
Sorry,
partially.
A secret to Tantus.
Yeah, I saw. I managed to check the message because you guys
Which
were speaking.
island are you giving to Lucy Man?
Tides Water Rock.
I mean, yeah, he probably take it.
Yeah, if he does, we can give it to Warshark.
It's not like a great island, but it's a good location, and it can be developed more. It's just that it probably costs a bunch. That a widow and a bunch of soldiers didn't spend a lot of money on it.
Yeah,
Just
I mean,
saying.
it's kind of shit.
Yeah, well,
It's got a
my
nice
thought process-
it's got a nice
Yeah.
freshwater lagoon, I think, technically in there.
My thought process is the first ship we took, we gave to Cog, so he should get Garnet Island. That seems pretty fair.
I think that's fair.
And then Rio is the second person that we gave a ship, which is my reason. Well, like Warshark dude and Dwarf dude and the other, I think we have another person under us that's a freak that serves us. They're not really like a part of us in the same way like Rio and Cog are, right? They're like
Yeah, Rio
they're more contractor.
would accept Tidewater Rock.
And he doesn't like it. He'd always just be like,
I mean,
hey,
you have a sexy eye patch man who's technically under you, but in more than one way, giggity.
He's a sex. Is that?
Your side piece. He's also your main piece.
Wait, who are you talking about?
Fuck
I'm
boy.
lost.
Fuck boy.
Oh, he's not really under us though. He's like his own thing.
I know, but I was joking. Because he hangs
Yeah.
around your island now. He moved in.
He does. He just
kinda
because he
moved
gets
there.
views for like cheap. That's why. That's why he keeps coming. Let's be real.
He doesn't get cheap booze. That's probably why he keeps coming. Because his entire life
He's
is
probably banned from half the bars of Port Peril at this point in Quent.
It's drinking. It's drinking and gambling are his existence, pretty much.
Yeah.
So do we need to summon the council?
well,
you don't
let's-
know how to summon the council.
Yeah, I feel like we'll just bring it up at the next meeting.
Oh yeah. When's the next meeting?
Let's see here. Probably with the amount of time, I'm going to say it's probably still a ways away.
I say
Okay.
we summon Tessa.
You easily could contact Tessa. She would either be in Quent or Port Peril.
Yeah.
Because Tessa and Aronok should know about this since they helped us out.
Yeah. I think.
Esther might be able to summon the council sooner.
Well, I think in terms of timeline, I think we could go pull up to Tessa, let her handle like getting the council about, and then we can rock up to Besmar's throne, so I can handle that business.
Mm-hmm.
And then by hopefully that doesn't,
So heading to Quent first.
I think so. Well, I think we first should head to Isle of Empty Eyes to like let everyone know we're all good.
Okay. Certainly
Right, that
can
we
go
won.
back to your island, check in. Whoever's leaving is leaving. Pretty much, it was only really like
We have to
Saj's
like
fleet
Sa-
was really left in your own fleet that came
Mhm.
along with you. So there
Yeah.
isn't a lot to like break down, but certainly everybody's yay victory. There are celebrations
Ooh.
once more. That kind of thing. The threat is gone, and certainly there is rejoicing to be had because of that. Probably a couple days of partying that honestly you're kind of drug into before you leave again. Because a lot happened and plenty of people like a good excuse, especially pirates, to drink and merriment.
Yeah, and either way, I think we probably need time to like collect the information and like organize it and shit.
And get rid of our poison.
That did happen. That's fine.
Multiple of you are poisoned by centipedes.
Yeah.
Some stuff happened. It's okay. You'll eventually recover. Probably with magic faster.
Yeah, 2 of you were poisoned pretty bad, I think.
Yeah. If I die, just leave me where I lay.
It's not constitution damage, so you're not going to die.
What kind of damage is it?
I believe it was dex damage.
Oh, you just become immobile.
Yeah.
You might as well
she's
kill
just
me if that happens.
You'll just be paralyzed for a little bit.
It'll just be paralyzed. Be lying there like, eh.
Like, in the next morning, I'll just, like, prepare a bunch of restorations
Look,
and stuff.
this is your penance for basically joining the council free.
Hey, you know what? I've been sickened.
You got paralyzed by ghouls.
I've been vomiting and nauseated and everything else so much.
Certainly, you do go through a lot of it.
It is the price you paid.
Yeah.
Now that I have swirling rocks around my head, I'm better.
Well, you don't have those quite yet because that'll be you actually have to spend some time doing that technically.
Well,
but
I'm
we'll skip
assuming
over.
probably when we go to like Quint, we could probably save or buy something.
Port Peril.
You would want to go to Port Peril, but
Yeah.
Okay.
we can say you do that in between things. But anyway, heading to Quint. Certainly, as you've been to Quint before, it is an incredibly busy port. And as people that are friends of Tessa Fairwind, you will be greeted at the docks. Your fellow members of the Pirate Council. The dockmaster's like, of course, the fees are waived. Of course, as a fellow member of the Pirate and a friend to our esteemed leader. What can I do you for? Is just stopping by to sell some things? Perhaps recruit a few extra pirates for some high seas adventure? Or is there something more that I can assist you with, oh great pirate lords?
Sorry, who's this again? I got
It's the dockmaster.
Dockman.
Of Quent.
Yeah.
But
Do we have to? Alright, we know where Tessa is at, right?
You know where Tessa lives.
Oh, is
It would
pirates?
It would probably be
should-
more proper
We should
to
be
like
polite
announce yourself.
though, and
Yeah.
be like, hey, we're here to meet Tessa.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
rock up at our door at 3 and be like, hey,
No.
crack your
Yeah.
couch.
I was trying to think. Is a council member Fairwinds in port?
Of course, our esteemed ruler and protector is here, at least currently. Unfortunately, many times she is taken away on business to Port Peril, but at this moment she is here. Do you wish for me to send a messenger to inform her you've arrived to meet?
Yes.
You there! He'll call like some young, dockhand boy and like send them off and be like, if there's anything else that I can assist you with while you stay here, please let me know. And then he'll just kind of give a small, nod of his head, like a little informal bow, and kind of head off. Certainly seems very bureaucratic of a man, but the large guards that seem to accompany him definitely scream that you're still at a pirate port.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thugs which accompany him, I should really say more than anything,
Yeah. So I'm gonna let everyone know, since we haven't sold stuff yet, I'm gonna take money off my sheet. But we're gonna keep 3 more of the bottles of alcohol worth 600 apiece. We're gonna give 1 to Tessa, 1 to Aeronox, and then 1 to Sea Elf Dude,
Okay.
because they're the 3 people that helped us.
That's fair enough.
Okay. Certainly you could head to Tessa's estate here in Quent. You have been here before, but not... Most of the time that you've met with her has either been on her ship or her small estate in Port Peril. You really haven't had a formal meeting here at her estate here in Quent. As I said, she does spend a lot of time in between Quent and Port Peril, and oftentimes, since she's got a lot of work to do to help honestly maintain the shackles, she basically puts some of the pirates that are under her to watch after Quent when she's busy with stuff. So
She's like one of 3 competent people in the shackles.
there are plenty of other competent people, but
other people in charge.
Competent people that are in charge and also care about the rest of the islands.
Yeah, exactly.
There are a bunch of members of pirate councils that are like, is it bothering my island? No, then I'm not doing anything. You know, they could be theoretically competent and do great things on their islands. They're just selfish dicks.
Yeah, that's what I mean, though. You know.
So, of course, you'll be greeted. Tessa has a fairly decent estate. It also screams kind of her estate similarly in Port Peril, that it is definitely an estate, but it doesn't show off like you've seen, you know, wealthy houses in places, and she still has that kind of like, it's a nice place, but she doesn't like super flaunt. It's just like a little bit of nice decorations, maybe some artwork or something, but she's not like showing off the fact that she's like super, super rich, because honestly, she kind of is. She's one of the most powerful members of the Pirate Council. She definitely has the wealth to do a lot more. But there seems to be a kind of, an actual kind of older gentleman, but very kind of gruff and eye-patched, who's kind of dressed in a way that kind of is a cross between a sailor and a butler. And he's like, want something?
We're here to meet Council Member Fairwind.
Oh yeah, Messenger said you'd be here. She's expecting you. You need drinks or snacks?
Yes.
All right. Come on.
I was totally about to say, don't worry. No, we brought some, but you know what? That's based.
You gotta like give me a razzle dazzle. They think when you bring anything, and all of a sudden, bam, awesome.
Bam, pull out the fucking 600 bottle of wine.
Oh, this is nice wine, but good thing I have better wine. Scoff.
There really isn't like a living room in this kind of place. It's more like a small, like, I would call it almost a cross between a finer dining room and the kind of place you'd see in the middle of like a bar with like a table in it. So like you definitely feel like this is like probably a pirate's idea of fancy almost, you know. And you'll be set along this, and this is a smaller table in a room, so this is probably not for like the big meals or something. This is probably for entertaining guests kind of like thing. So they don't really have a living room. They have a place you can sit around a table and drink, you know. That's a little bit more personable. Kind of leads you in there, and he'll have like another servant who will come in, kind of bringing like some you know, pictures if you want ale or wine or rum, and then like, you know, some simple kind of like foods, some like small like meat pies, like hand pies, you know, filled with like meats and stuff they've been cooking, and a few cold things, you know, and it'll be a little bit, but Tessa will come down, and she'll kind of be dressed actually pretty informal. You'll see she's wearing kind of a very nice gown. She still has her hat on, that, you know, her bicorn. She doesn't seem to take that off ever. But she does seem to be, like, not dressed in, like, the traditional sailor's outfit you mostly saw her in. She's just, like, you know, kind of her let her hair down kind of outfit, certainly. And she'll be like, I wasn't actually expecting you, but I'm glad you're here. I haven't heard a lot from what happened, other than the battle had... rumor has it that you were victorious in your battle, of course, at the island and kept Harrigan's forces at bay. What can you tell me?
There's no more Harrigan to worry about. He was dragged to hell, literally.
Interesting. Well, I'm glad that you were victorious and have claimed the victory this day.
A gift for you, to you, as part of the plunder found at Harrigan's hold.
Mm-hmm.
I pull out the bottle of wine, a handy haversack.
I thank you very much. Perhaps as a celebration, we can share it tonight at a maybe small feast or something.
That would be wonderful. Beyond just the pleasantries and telling you success, we have found worrying news. I pull out a bunch of documents, I guess.
She'll have like a cup of tea will come in, so she'll be kind of sipping on the tea while kind of looking over the paperwork and stuff as you're enjoying some small smacks. So she'll basically be mulling over them for a little while, and after
I'll briefly explain summarize the documents. A.k.a. Chelix is planning to invade.
She'll probably ask a few questions about what was going on there, things like that. Get some more information from you, and she'll be like, "The evidence here is solid. We can definitely pin the fact that Harrigan was attempting to work with Chelix. There are some missing bits of information that worry me. Of course, timing, location, and honestly, if they're truly able to find a way across the eye, that would be dangerous." We do have an issue with this, but perhaps one that still would be enough. I'm not sure. The council should be informed, and we should have a meeting as soon as possible. But there is one major issue that occurs. The only one that can call an emergency meeting of the council is the Hurricane King themselves.
Fucking Bonefist.
You'll have to convince Bonefist that there is an actual threat.
It'd be easier to convince a devil of anything.
Bonefist may be stubborn, but he isn't truly an idiot either. If there's enough evidence, he will go along with it. But the problem is, I don't know if this is enough evidence for what he's looking for. The big questions are still there.
We are talking about the man who wanted to build several big statues of him.
It's technically someone else's suggestion. He just went along with it.
It doesn't make it better.
Don't tell me you wouldn't want to do that if someone suggested it.
I would definitely want to do it, but not when Chelix is wanting to invade you. I want to do it for Yaalkol, not me. There's a difference.
I'll be honest, and I think this is a thing that many Pirates of the Shackles are doing. While we here are more realists, we understand there is a threat by Chelix no matter what, and we shouldn't be resting on our laurels. The problem is there have been multiple invasions of the Shackles already that have failed because they go past the eye and have underestimated it.
Yeah, this time we don't have that benefit.
But that's the thing is, it says that they don't, but I feel like there's a very high chance, not impossible, that if we would bring this to
they would dismiss it as lies or whatever.
The thing is, Harrigan was an agent of Chelix. They could be lying to him. Maybe not lying to him, because I feel like Chelix agents probably wouldn't, in general, most of them. But probably...
Are they, lawful?
Not all of them, which is the unfortunate thing. Just many of the most important people. A spy traditionally doesn't obey the laws. Think about that. Or many of their more potent assassins, which they do employ.
Yeah,
So
how do you suggest we convince Bonefist? This is basically as much evidence as you could possibly get, other than, I don't know, a recording, a directly written letter from the Queen of Chelix herself or whatever, saying, "I'm going to invade the Shackles," sign and all.
We could call for a meeting with Bonefist, with Karavik. If we present our case now, if he has more questions, do you think we can get more information?
I looked at Misty.
I know where information could be acquired. And none of you are going to enjoy the answer to that.
Oh, wait.
I mean, it can't be worse than what Yaalkol is gonna make us do.
No, it's hard to top that one. But I can get away in.
It's been an unfortunate thing that I have made attempts to put spies in the Chelix that have been unsuccessful. Their rigid structures make things a lot more difficult than our system. And unfortunately, most trained spies in this area are freelancers. Not to be the most trusted.
Your spy.
Oh.
Please.
Well, Rip? Question mark?
You're back now, Momo.
Hello?
Welcome back.
Am I back?
I'm back.
Hi.
Life
Hello.
has recovered.
What happened?
I don't know, there's like a spike of stuff, and
Oh,
it looks like
oh,
I got a little spike in my side, too. I dropped a bunch of frames.
The
I-
internet
Oh,
exploded.
no.
Yeah, I heard Momo go robot mode on.
Comcast
Yeah.
is dying.
Oh, rest in peace, Comcasters.
Mine's been fine.
The internet
Who
quits.
the hell missed?
You live in the godforsaken state of.
Look, hey, Pennsylvania is fine.
Oh, that's
Yeah, okay, but you have Comcast, okay? Checkmate,
Wrong.
atheist.
When I check something, it opened the wrong thing. Anyway.
Alright.
What was I saying before this?
You said you were talking about a way into
Oh.
Chelix.
Yeah, your spies may have lacked two things. I am Chelix, so I know how to act there, and I have connections to the Varisian caravans.
Certainly those would make things easier, but
We would need a way to not be detected. Unfortunate for us, I believe an important figure in this invasion has seen 3 of our faces.
I can easily get the disguise, and I can't be detected because of my amulet.
Well, my disguise abilities leave a lot to be desired.
Mine's pretty great.
I mean,
I'm
you
relatively
probably don't want to rely on
unknown,
magic
probably.
disguises, right? I feel
No,
like that's
probably not. I would assume the best way to stop whatever magics that they can use to find us would be a way to make us hidden to magical scrying.
certainly that'd be helpful. There are a number of items that have been known to do that. Traditionally, most times pirates don't need such things. Doesn't really matter if you're looking in on everybody else. Many people, safer
Yeah.
paranoid ones like Harrigan, need such secrets, and even then, Harrigan kept to himself to make that kind of stuff more difficult anyway. Privacy or lack of need are 2 big things.
Do you think you're capable of acquiring items like that?
There might be some in Port Peril.
Because if we could acquire those items, I think we could, I guess, sneak into Chelix. God, that feels so wrong.
There's another problem. Our captain is a 7-foot-tall lizard.
But they definitely know what he looks like.
Humans, non-humans are not looked kindly upon in Shackled.
A hat of disguise could function for him.
Possibly.
It would.
He could look like he's a little tall. I guess he could be a tall human.
7-foot-tall human.
Well, you can go down a foot with a hat of disguise.
Yeah.
Can. You just have to hopefully
Wait, is
not
he
go
8 foot
any
tall?
inch. I have no idea how tall he is.
I'm gonna find out. I still don't.
Does it even have it on his sheet?
Don't know how tall Yaalkol is. I assume 7 because that's pretty tall, but he might be like 8 foot tall.
How long does he put down his sheet? I don't know. I'll find out.
What was the? Well, we could just look at D&D Dragon.
No, he's only 6 foot 6 inches.
Oh, he could just be a tall human.
He's a
Okay.
basketball player.
I mean,
Yeah.
you could make him look shorter if you wanted to.
I think he's just bulky because it's
Yeah,
Yaalkol.
you probably want to make him like an inch or two shorter, right? 6'4".
The wide man.
He is a very
Make him really tall. Make him like a half orc or something crazy.
Yeah, no, but we want to be human. To
His
avoid
power
discrimination.
of wideness puts dwarfs to shame.
Yeah.
How are
Power
half
of
elves in
wideness
Chelix?
compels you.
What was that still?
How are half elves in Chelix? Are they just chilling?
If you look human enough, you'll probably be fine.
Okay, I look pretty human.
Most of the time for Chelix, the issue is that they are... traditionally, if you are not human, either you have to put yourself in a good position within Chelix society, or you end up serving Chelix society.
You should see what they've done to the halflings.
Oh God, halfling. Sorry. Anyway, I could I mean, if my ears aren't particularly elfin looking.
Mine are pretty elven looking. Is that like a flick one?
I'm not, I think a
band-
stereotypical dainty elf either way.
A bandana could fix that.
The headband.
To look chillish.
Oh,
I mean, it sounds terrible, but
what do they look like?
slaves are cool,
Gestures
right?
to darker clothing that Misty is wearing. A lot of darker colors
Oh.
and reds.
That's fine though. Getting clothes is basically a difficulty for us. You know what? I could learn if you could teach me quickly. I could try to pick up Infernal. I have 2 free language slots.
So go ahead.
Sure.
I have 2 free language slots. Okay.
I can look into the magic items to protect you from scrying, should those that have seen you in Chelix wish to investigate you more or keep an eye on things. Certainly I wouldn't put them beyond them to have someone looking in, especially now that you've defeated one of their minions. And since they are getting closer to their operation, it seems, however close it is. We'd probably have to get it from Port Peril. I can send some messages ahead to try to arrange something, but then the actual disguises and I guess how you get in would be up to you.
Do we want to try to convince Bonefist first, or just get them more information to make a, bang on point, so he doesn't have time to
We might be able to at least
Jump out of it?
convince Bonefist to make preparations to contact for an emergency meeting.
Okay.
If we have enough information, we can at least warn him that something is going to happen. Whether or not he truly believes you or believes that it is necessary to get involved, that's an entirely thing. He might honestly believe that local pirates would be able to take out what ragtag remains of the Chilaxian fleet after it comes through the eye,
Well-
especially if they're crossing over it in a way.
I mean, that's honestly a fair assumption to happen, but I'm gonna assume Chelix does actually have a way of going around the Eye of Abadago.
I do feel you are more correct here, that there is probably, they found some way to either avoid the dangers of the eye or perhaps even navigate it through some, I assume, powerful magic or maybe some kind of secret that no one knows up until now, both of which are very dangerous.
Maybe they've gotten Gazra's support somehow.
Unlikely.
Truly unlikely.
But perhaps a powerful devil is on the way.
That is possible.
It's not out
I
of the realm
guess-
of possibility, though, to make a deal with another god, though, too, unfortunately. Unlikely.
Yeah,
but not out of
Gazra's a very neutral one too, which is why it's even a possible idea.
the right deal or the right people to contact, especially if it's something that they need that perhaps Chelix has, they're willing to trade. Might make all the difference.
Well, I guess we can also. I have to go to Besmar's throne. Perhaps we can get a blessing for our trickery and infiltration. Besmar would love such an act.
You should head to Port Peril first. Make
Agreed.
contact with the Hurricane King and see if we can make a deal with him. And if not, we have a plan at least. The spy work still might be useful anyway. Know where to assemble a fleet, so we're not caught off guard. Alright.
Agreed.
Yeah, we should head out then.
Alright, you can set sail for Port Peril. Of course, before you go, there will be a small feast in the evening. Kind of set out the next morning. Give a chance for Tessa to use magic to send some messages to some people in Port Peril to start arranging things that can help out. Get some wheels rolling and such. And then your two ships can set out for Port Peril. A few days later, of course, you will arrive at Port Peril and make to the docks. Tessa will inform you that I'm going to head for my place. I'll finish the arrangements for the amulets at very least. I think regardless of what the Hurricane King decides, your suggestion to go into Chelix to try to find a little bit more information might still be useful. At very least, we can get a time frame when they're actually coming. Pirates will only have so much patience, and if we assemble a fleet too early or too late, it will mean the difference.
Agreed.
Beyond that, it will be still... There's more to learn, but I think that's the most critical. I've sent some messages for the Hurricane King. We should expect arrivals of you, but he is not sure of the exact timing. So, I would suggest you contact one of his officers. Some of them have been known to hang around the area here.
We've met one of them before. At insert local tavern, I think we did a competition.
You met...
Chapter 3, I think we did it?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was...
Sadak.
Sadak, yes.
Yes, Sadak, who's one of his mates. Who does hang around the docks area and does a lot of work. Also like to drink, fight, and do a lot of stuff, and honestly bully younger pirates, but he also technically is relatively in charge of the dock area. He just doesn't bother with a lot of the basic people coming in, people going, unless he needs to. So certainly you could let him know that you needed an appointment.
Yeah, or that we're ready to meet him or something.
Yeah.
Finding him should literally be not a problem.
It will take you a little bit, but it is not a problem. I will definitely agree.
Gather information check defaults to like 25.
Yeah, asking around a little bit, you can certainly find out about where to locate him. He is currently in a seedy bar off the docks, enjoying a drink and lunch while, with a number of his other mates, basically. So, he will be ignoring you as you kind of arrive, as he's just going to kind of be drinking there. He is going to be, of course, drinking, and a bald man who you do also recognize as the actual harbor master seems to be complaining to him about something. So basically, we have the harbor master who seems to be trying to get him to do something, while Sadak, who's like the pirate that's part of the Bonefist's crew, that's normally in charge of basically doing the pirate-related stuff at the docks, is seemingly ignoring this kind of portly, rounded, balding, older gentleman who seems to be complaining to him. So, that is the scene. You are at the bar. You're at the bar, the Silver Maiden's Kiss.
I feel like we've been in this.
Might have.
I'm gonna whisper to the Chester, be like, "What do you suppose all that's about?" And I point to the harbor master.
No idea.
It seems pretty heated. And then I go, Myste, you're good at reading people, right? Like you're probably the most
I mean,
perceptive when it comes to reading people.
I will try to see if I can pick up any of the conversation.
What's my job?
Sure. You can certainly interpret that. The harbor master, who's Sojimin Kradoros. I'm probably butchering that name, but I'll put it here in chat here.
What? Is he
Okay.
human?
Bro, is this guy in Final Fantasy 14 NPC?
Probably.
Sajmin
What
Kratos?
is what?
He's a dwarven wizard.
Okay, there's like two problems with that. One,
Actually,
he's a dwarf. Two, he's a wizard in a dwarf.
He is probably silent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's probably like
So,
Saj.
it's like so. It's like what? So Jimin,
I'm going to tell you without checking, you know that, other than you've had to deal with him as the harbor master before, you know that when it comes to Port Peril, he is technically what would be considered one of the 3 rulers of Port Peril. There are 3 rulers of Port Peril who basically are the people who live in Port Peril that look after Port Peril. Technically, Bone Fist rules over them, but Bone Fist either is hanging out in his fortress not caring, or off pirating a lot of times. So,
I respect it.
he's one of the 3 people that actually rule the affairs of Port Peril and keep the metropolis going. The complaint seems to be mostly about the fact that there were some important dignitaries that were coming in from the south that Bonefist was supposed to be around for, and he seems very upset that it seems Bonefist is back more recently. So he was away for a while and came back just more recently.
Okay.
And he's complaining directly to, of course, the one person that hangs around the docks, where, he's basically in charge, Sadak. And Sadak is theoretically doing his job of maintaining the Hurricane King's presence at the docks when they're around, by drinking in a bar.
Wait, alright, just so... Does this Harbor Master expect anything to resolve the situation here? Or is he just like, he's mad and he wants to vent?
You feel like it's probably like he's putting pressure on Sadak because Sadak is again one of Bonefist's mates, and probably one of the very few people that could attempt to influence the Hurricane King. Basically, you're going to the drinking buddy of the guy that's really in charge and telling them, "Hey, can he do some of his job? Get goddamn him to do his job, would you?" And Sadak is kind of not quite dismissing him 100%, but basically kind of being like, "Look, you guys handled it. It was fine."
Okay. He's a pretty fair complaint, actually.
It is a fair complaint. Again, the 3 of them are shouldered with ruling over this place because Bonefist honestly barely does that. And, think about it. Sadak's exactly the same way. He's here, he does his job when he needs to, but his job oftentimes is like, you want to be a free captain, harass you. That's what he did to you guys.
Yeah, So...
Doesn't mean he won't say no. He doesn't mean he won't let you be a free captain, but honestly, he likes the entire harasses you a little bit and hazes you. He's up for the hazing.
I just wanna... I'm just gonna... Do you wanna just interrupt this and, go do something way more important to talk about?
Yeah, it's up to you.
This guy... I understand this harbor guy is a little annoyed or whatever, but, I feel like our business is slightly more... Yeah, I'll approach
Okay.
this situation. Cautious.
Mm-hmm.
A scared child.
It seems as though that, God, Sojmin, will notice you first and kind of turn towards you as, you've kind of approached. He's like, can I help you? I'm in a conversation here. I'm sorry, can I help you? I'm in a conversation here. Dwarf. Gotta be a little bit more gruff.
Yeah. I look past him. I look towards, Sadok.
Sadok's gonna kind of squint at you for a second and be like, "Hi, yeah, sorry, business with some members of the Pirate Council. We can talk later." So Jermaine is just gonna kind of shake his head and then just walk off.
I'll make sure he talks to you later.
Yeah.
Anyway, that sounds really boring.
What the hell do you folks want?
We need to talk to Bonefist. We're supposed to meet him.
Are you?
Right, we are? I'm not wrong here? Tessa
Yeah,
said we were supposed to be sent a letter or whatever. Yes, we're meant to meet him.
Yes.
Business. It's important.
Bildrat! Huh? You go take him there. You recognize as one of the people that you dealt with during the tests. That's one of his cronies. Bildrat Jacobi.
It's a cool sword.
I'll show him a picture again there. And we'll throw it over here so people can see it. I haven't messed around with these things underneath. There's Bildrat. He'll be like... Bildrat, who's he'll actually it looks like he's kind of had his head down on the table, like he's been drinking a little too much. He'll kind of get up and be like, what? These folks, they need to go to the, fort. I need to...
What is the name of the castle?
Lucrohold. Lucrold.
Lucrold.
It's Lucre Hold. That's it.
That's cool.
And it's on the bluffs above Besmara's Beacon, the city's lighthouse.
Oh. Is it a holy thing, or is it just an...
Let me see. Besmara's Beacon is indeed... It doesn't say it's blessed, but it might...
So I assume it's not.
It's probably not. They might have something there that is representative of Besmar.
Like an
Or a shrine
altar?
or whatever.
Yeah, like a small shrine or something. But honestly, it's probably not it's blessed as much as you can get general pirates to bless anything. You know.
Yeah. Don't worry, I'll hollow it later. Then I'll make it actually blessed.
But it is off an island of so you'd have to arrange for.
I don't care.
Yeah, for a dinghy to take you to it.
I have a hat.
My
My hat turns into a boat.
I know, it just
Why are
sounds...
you laughing?
It just sounds
I have
funny.
a hat.
We're
Need to arrange-
So Lucrehold is the
funny.
entire island, and it's the island has Besmar's Beacon, and the fortress home of the Hurricane King himself is known as Fort Hazard on that entire island. But it's basically a fortress island with the lighthouse and the main fortification of the Hurricane King and their cronies. That's Lucrehold. So honestly, they are going to arrange to have you take something, as probably if you took your hat, they'd shoot you out of the water.
I was joking. Okay?
I know, but I'm
God, but why is this we're in a Pathfinder world, okay? Fucking people shoot fire rays out of their fingers.
Yes.
I mean, you could suggest using the hat, but
I have a
It's
hat.
like, you need a dinghy. I have a hat.
Yeah,
Yeah, my hat is a dinghy. Why is that so
Jacob's
hard?
the only one in this party who doesn't wear a hat.
Mm-hmm.
No,
God,
I have a
I
helmet.
You have a helmet or a hood.
I have a
Your
helmet.
nerd robes.
Well, I have a big
It's a
fancy
dress.
feather in my hat.
Actually, he has the helm of comprehend languages and detect magic or whatever.
yeah.
You're also wearing a dress.
He is wearing a dress.
I'm ready for all occasions, battle and the ball.
God, it's great.
It's a sheer amount of
Because that-
confidence.
Jacub honestly gives off bi energy, so it works out.
Hey, it happens, you know.
Anyway, so certainly, our good friend here, Bildrat, will arrange for you to be taken to Lucrehold and, of course, get your way into Fort Hazard. Unlike the first time we were here, where you were like, the last time, the first time you were mainly here, like when you came here as members of the Pirate Council, certainly you were well greeted and there was things looking after you. This feels closer to when you first came here as fledgling, I'm going to try to become a free captain kind of people. It feels as though almost like, not that you're not welcome, but like, you know, there's a dislike of unexpected guests.
We're being a pest.
This guy's a prick.
Dude, this guy, I don't even know, like, how he got in charge, to be honest.
Well, he was the strongest, then he took power, I assume.
Yeah, I'm aware, but, like, how he's kept it.
Ooh, Bone Fist?
Doesn't look good to depose a king.
That's the thing is,
We're pirates.
there are ways to depose the Lord of the Shackles, the Hurricane King, but the thing is, you gain the strength through, honestly, show of strength, and then support for members of the Pirate Council, which
No one's cared enough to do, I guess.
also,
There's
like,
politics involved?
This guy's
money's
making it
involved.
Yeah.
Remember, there's a lot
Yeah.
of money coming into the Shackles to distributes, and as long as that money's coming, there's a plenty of people that just don't care.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, no one cared enough to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, God, the people of Port Peril really do suffer because of this guy.
Yeah, it's the worst.
So I probably personally don't like him because
I mean,
I'm from Port Peril.
Certainly worse things you could be living under.
That's true.
the
You could
government.
be living in the Devil's Argents, right?
The government of Port Peril is described as being ruled over by an overlord. So that's the best way to describe the Hurricane King. Powerful, masterful, like violent leader of the town.
Ruling with his bone fist, some would say.
Pretty much.
Yeah, we're gonna take his bone fist and mount it on a list.
Ooh, that's so good. We put it in like a pedestal.
Anyway,
I was gonna say fist him with his own fist.
That's
Yeah, but the bone won't like hold together after.
gentle repose, it's fine.
you'll actually be
Gentlemen.
kind of like led into the meeting chamber, which the big tables that be set up for the council doesn't seem to be in place. Certainly they set it up for like big feasts and stuff. Currently the room has like the table and chairs off to the side. Karavak's throne is kind of empty. No one is there right now except for a couple of pirates that seem to be milling about doing God knows what. Bildrat will basically kind of like turn to you and be like, wait here while I inform the captain of your arrival. So, it'll be 10-15 minutes, and, so Bonefist will come out. He's obviously still, like, got his, like, you know, his weapons, his armor and stuff on, but you can see of his general clothes, he's only about half dressed as he's kind of adjusting, like, his, belt and stuff, at last moment, as he'll kind of, like, kind of move over, take a seat on his, chair, and then someone will come over bringing him like a goblet of ale or some kind of alcohol, which will kind of just start chugging down. And he'll kind of like finally acknowledge your existence, and he'll kind of like turn towards you and be like, well, what the hell do all you want? Took care of that
killed
problem
Harrigan.
of yours? Ah! Great! Congratulations for not being an embarrassment to the Pirate Council.
And in killing Harrigan, we collected all the information he had. First, we have undoubtable proof he works with Chelix. And
well,
we have
with Chelix.
Then you
Yeah,
helped
now
the
it's Sullivan
Shackles
now.
out by eliminating a traitor. Congratulations.
and Chelix plans to invade the Shackles.
What's new?
I mean,
That
like,
they supposedly have a way to travel through the Eye of Abednego unharmed.
Look, I'm going to be honest with you. Probably they believe that. But those fools have been wrong too many times already. And we've looked after their spies and rooted them out, just like you and your friends and the others supported in the council. Now, I honestly would have felt little best use that funding for something else. Perhaps the suggestion was not the most proper one. Whatever, I don't care. But the issue is being solved. Chelix is just boasting and rattling its saber once more, as they always do. Let's go take on the shackles, eliminate the pirate scourge, take over the south, spread our grand empire.
Look, I don't think never expected to convince you that they do have this way yet. But I ask of you, Pirate King, to at least prepare the call for an emergency. We will go and find the undeniable proof of it, and when we do, call the meeting quickly so we can deal with it. Is that amenable enough for you, Bonefist? Just to be ready in case we find any.
Certainly. I have my doubts. Spies and betrayers. That I can believe. The fact that they got tricked into thinking that Chelix would help them out or something. That I can believe. The fact that Chelix is rattling their saber. I can believe that. Certainly another invasion. Who knows, maybe they'll attempt it and die once more. Bring back your proof. And if it's something that seems believable, you'll have your meeting with the Pirate Council.
okay.
Yeah, I turn out and leave.
He will go back to drinking.
I
Can't possibly see why people hate this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking Revia probably personally dislikes it. For...
He will also call over, seemingly from the back of a couple of beautiful women that'll kind of start hanging around him in his throne.
Yep, adds up.
Mm-hmm.
Can you detect diseases and see how dirty this guy is? Oh god.
Oh, just get a black light.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, his fortitude's enough to make most disease saves. So I mean, honestly, he faces a lot.
Yeah.
All right. So you can leave the Council of Bonefist as he honestly dismisses you to a degree, but seems at least open enough to listen.
Yeah, I mean, we've been right every single time we've brought anything here, so it's pretty fair to at least entertain it.
All right. So you can be escorted back away from Lucrahold, back to the Port Peril proper, and I assume, do you want to head to your ship? What do you want to do?
Well,
Did we figure out a way to get scrap protection items?
Why don't we take our break before we do this, actually? I just thought about that because I checked the timing. So we'll take a break, and then we'll get back to dealing with what happens after the meeting here. So, snack, drink, bathroom break, go ahead and do them, and we'll be back in a little bit. talk about all that anymore. We can talk about other stuff. Welcome back.
This is such a game that goes on tangent. It was first Skyrim, and then it was
restaurants and fast food and stuff. Yeah, that's our discussion when we're on break.
Specifically, and then the biggie bag, because I'm a proponent of the biggie bag. I'm a biggie bag synth. Okay,
Anyway.
I have to show my real colors.
So, you have now finished up with Careback Bonefest. You found yourself back in the dock area of Port Peril. What's your plan?
Well, at this point, we're kind of waiting for Tasha to give us the...
We could commission our disguises.
Yeah, we should, and then, are we all cool with detouring to Besmara's throne? I think...
I have no problem with that.
We could do it twofold. We could go there and hopefully get Besmara's aid in our attempt to. One of her domains is trickery, and deception is a subdomain of that. So if there is something that fits this Besmara's domains besides pirating, I think disguising ourselves and infiltrating Chelix, our enemy in war, sounds like which is also one of her domains.
The party the rundown of what Chelix clothing is meant to look like.
You know what? We should actually leave Port Peril for that, and we can go to Hell Harbor.
Yeah.
And get them from there.
Do you think I can get a mustache commissioned? Be mustache in disguise?
Is there a spell called Grow Facial Hair? We would have to cast it a bunch on Jacub.
Probably.
How about no? Instead, you get a moustache.
Think about how funny that would be. Instead of hat of disguise, the mustache of disguise, and just gives you like a beard and like slightly changes your clothes.
No, but that would work. Like if literally if you got facial hair like a full beard, you wouldn't look like the same person.
Jacub has like 5 o'clock shadow, but it's like kind of like if you were in high school and you tried to grow a beard, but it's not really weird.
I just imagined that because like you're a
shadow,
half elf, like you're like your human side desperately wants to grow a beard, but your elven side's like no, so it's just like this permanent stubble you've got all the time.
All right.
Blotchy everywhere.
I'm about to blow your mind. So,
is there an item?
Prestidigitation can create small objects. You could use it to create a fake mustache.
Done. I just do that immediately. Just grow a fake mustache.
It's like mustache.
But
But it looks terrible.
It lasts 1 hour and it looks like shit, but it can make an extremely fragile fake mustache.
It's like a really bad thin pencil mustache that the guy had
No,
in
you
mind.
sneeze and it blows off your.
Oh my god.
But there also is, I think, a belt that can maybe...
Is it belt of dwarven kind grows a beard? I think.
Yeah.
I don't think we want to spend the money on that.
It's very expensive. It is.
Well, maybe we could like
Just for the mustache.
We could, like, find someone that has it and like we could pay them to borrow it. You know?
Is the beard permanent once you wear it for 24 hours?
I
Like
think
5
so.
weeks? Nice.
I would assume so.
Just spending a bunch of. It's like I have to spend all this money because I need a beard.
Oh wait, no wait. Only the 5e one has the growing of the beard. It's not on Pathfinder.
But yeah, if you want to make a fake mustache,
Oh wait. There's something called a beard sponge.
Beard?
Okay.
Is it third party or is it?
Okay, it sounds terrible. It sounds like a 13th century wig you wear.
You could.
I love how we're actually trying to figure this out.
No, that just allows your beard to absorb things like a
the
sponge.
highest level spell you can cast, Jacub.
I'm just at 6th level, so I'm just gonna cast.
Okay, so I want
Polymorph.
you to get, if you get a scroll of permanent image, you can make it a permanent illusionary mustache.
That's such a waste of such a high level illusion spell.
But think about it, you never have to shave it though.
Okay, wait.
Wait, does it move with you, or is it just like stuck in the air? So when you leave, it's just there.
Okay, wait. So there's an item,
He has a
an alchemical item
concentration
called Tress Tincture. It counteracts hair loss and guarantees luscious locks. So presumably this could help you grow facial hair.
There's a hair club for men, but magical edition.
God, I love this suggestion.
There's also a spell prehensile hair.
So
It allows your hair to actually.
So it wouldn't move with you unless you concentrated.
Yeah.
So like if you're it's like as soon as you start moving around, you gotta be like mustache.
I mean, this is obviously a joke, but someone did suggest that if you had lost a mustache or facial hair, you could cast regeneration because it can regrow
That's-
limbs. So why shouldn't it regrow hair?
So the question is, can you like use regenerate to just grow a beard?
Probably, you might have had to have it previously.
Well, presumably what you'd be doing is you'd be focusing it on the hair follicles to grow, right, and regenerate to full length. But
Yeah,
the thing is, if your hair follicles physically can't grow out to a beard, it wouldn't work.
To a high-level cleric. Hey, can you cast regeneration?
We go to Sandra.
Beard.
We just get Sandra to do it.
I think she's just gonna like look at you and be like, no.
I would hazard a guess that you could probably buy a very nice-looking fake beard.
You could buy a fake beard made out of a real beard that someone lost.
Apparently, there's cosmetic surgery to maybe get like a. You could do what they do with men nowadays, where like they like apply hair follicles directly to your face, so you could get it to grow a beard.
There's a feat for that, right? It's like graft or something.
Right? No, but it wouldn't be nearly as insane.
Man, I think you just buy a fake mustache.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we just buy a fake beard. I feel like that's like probably the wise option.
That's
yeah.
the more economical solution.
So yeah, anyway, that's probably what we do for you, Jacob, in Chester.
We go to
Right.
Hell Harbor and we get Chelix clothing for these nerds.
I'll spend like, we can say we all get really good clothes and spend like 100 gold. Like,
I mean, I
really-
could also just grow a beard.
Yeah, you could just grow one. Okay, but we're talking about the half elf that can't. Okay.
Yeah.
I also can't. I'm a woman.
I was like, you can't grow.
You can't either. Okay, you're a half elf too.
Oh,
what,
there's a
Jacob's
spell
just-
called Iron Beard.
Yeah.
There is. You do grow an iron beard.
You
this is
grow a
correct.
metal beard and you can use it as a melee weapon.
It only
And it's
lasts
cold
a
iron.
minute per level though.
That's amazing.
Okay.
It's also only a minute per level, so it's
Can I permanency that, please?
not. No, probably not.
No.
But.
Oh,
So
apparently in a disguise kit, it does come with fake mustache and beards.
yeah, but we're getting someone else to basically do it. So I'll spend 100 gold for me and Yaalkol each. Not in terms of like really fancy clothes, but like really like authentic looking clothes or whatever, right?
I also specifically do commission
I'll spend
a
100.
signifier's mask.
Okay.
I can hide my face.
Okay.
Are we worried about my face? We'll just do normal disguises on my face.
If you guys, yeah, because you guys try to get away with this guy's kit, they can try on Misty. They know exactly what Misty looks like, right? You guys, they've seen you once.
So, and we're getting the anti-scrying thing. I guess can we like is Conqueror skilled in disguise? Santis?
Probably. Let me check his stats.
A genuine question, because if he is, we can have him do our disguises before we
It's
go
like-
and chill.
We can just bring him with us.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And
Isn't
he's a
he
bard.
though?
So.
So it would be
I'm also
well.
He's decent at disguise.
What's his
What is it?
disguise score?
He's got +10. But
Misty has more than that.
Is
yeah,
he
I haven't
leveled up,
also.
though?
I have not leveled him up, and he could put
Misty's
some. links.
disguise skill is 18, by the
You
way.
know,
He
say
probably
oh.
wouldn't match that. He didn't.
Yeah, well
spend
then
a
you
lot.
could do our disguises. What the fuck? You're insane.
Mhm.
I could probably take 20 to do your disguises, yes.
Yeah.
I would just
Okay.
need you to buy
I think the
disguise.
armor I'm wearing might even fit in because I have the Halloween skull armor that Harrigan was wearing.
Ah!
You
Yeah,
probably
it
don't
does.
want Harrigan's signature
The thing with Chelix is adventurers aren't a thing there.
armor. Oh,
So
okay.
people in high level gear and armor and shit is very noticeable.
Oh,
Mm,
Yeah,
crap, so
my armor specifically can go under clothes.
Yeah.
It's
If
like
adventurer-
literally noted in the item
There
description.
are two important things about Chelix. Adventurers are not a thing there, and the Pathfinder Society does not exist, so you cannot pose as someone from there.
Yeah, and we know that if anyone detects magic, we're fucked anyway. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So like it doesn't
They're all
really.
covered in magical items.
Yeah. What do you call it? Yeah, my armor can be worn under normal clothes without betraying its presence. So. But that like you can put studded leather armor or whatever under clothes pretty easily too, so it's not that big of a deal.
I have studded leather. I mean, it's studded leather. It just has skulls on it.
That's
It's the
easily enough
studs.
to hide in a robe or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
or-
So.
Or jacket.
So we buy our Chelix clothes, and I guess Misty is the one picking out what is best to purchase.
So you're going to go
So,
by
like-
Hell Harbor first, and then go to Besmar's throne and
Yeah.
Queen Bess.
we will quickly go to Mr.
Aeronox.
Aeronox to just be like, thanks for your help.
Mhm.
I guess we should tell him our mission, and if he can help us.
Tell him our
We
mission.
should probably roleplay it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You should tell him to prepare as well.
Certainly you can get a meeting with Aeronox then. He welcomes you. Upon arrival, of course, you're checked in. As usual, Hell Harbor has probably the most amount of order than anyway. It's the closest thing to lawful as you get, though probably plenty of people will take a bribe if you really want to. It's sort of like they maintain order as long as it, doesn't. They bend the rules as they can without breaking them. Unlike actual lawful societies, because they went more neutral evil. Anyway, Aeronox will actually upon hearing you, will actually come down and greet you at your ship, at the docks. He'll kind of put his arm up on Yaalkol's shoulder, who will be like, "Hi, it's good to see you. Robot Yaalkol is glad you are here."
Hey, he's actually got charisma now.
Look, if I'm
He
playing him,
he
he's
has
gonna be a
rod.
machine. He gets to be
He is a
he
rod
gets
of
to be a
splendor.
soulless machine while he's
Oh.
not here.
What do you call it? Just for roleplay purposes,
I am
we would have
splendorous.
used the Rod of Splendor
Mhm.
after our victory in Harrigan's base to make the once a week pavilion
Mhm.
food.
Neat.
I'm so sexy with my rod.
Oh, by the
Don't
way,
say, all right now. Okay, Candace.
Well,
You need to
that's
stop.
a make.
he's got a nice rod. Nice rod.
He likes big rods and he cannot lie.
Nice.
I went to 1 degree. All of you went over the line. So much more. He actually
You
just has
did
it.
it.
I
It's your fault.
I was mentioning he had
I
a rod
blame
of
you.
splendor. I didn't go for anything else, so it's not my fault that you all dirty minds. Anyway, I'd like to the
You
rest
know
of you.
me.
Congratulations on your victory over Harrigan. It was a well-fought battle. Excellent tactics. What brings you back to Hell's Harbor, though?
We first wanted to give you one of these, and I pull out
Mhm.
600 bottle of alcohol.
Jesus Christ.
We got it. We figured we would give it to all of those who supported us in our mission here. It's worth a lot of money, but besides that, it is a piece
excellent
to
vintage.
be remembered.
Come, walk
Yeah.
and talk with me.
Beyond that, I kind of lower my voice.
Mhm.
We plan to infiltrate Chelix.
As you see, kind of leading you towards his, compound and stuff, he'll kind of glance back towards you and be like, "For what purpose would you need to do something so foolish and dangerous?"
Well, from Chelix's information, they have a way of getting past the Eye of Abednego, go through it without being harmed by the wind, and plan to invade the Shackle. As we all know, the Hurricane King is not one to ever act. So we need to make sure we can prove it to him, so he will finally call a council meeting.
Certainly, our esteemed Hurricane King is one of seeming laziness, but I'm at least knowledgeable enough to understand that he is hesitant on doing any major moves. The Shackles is a tumultuous place, and each of us our own lords and kings in our own right. And being someone that is attempting to corral a bunch of kings is very difficult. So it tends to be that it is best to let them be rather than to force the hand. Of course, his hands-off approach is often looked at as very negative, and I oftentimes do agree with the fact that he can do more, but I understand the position he comes from, at very least.
I can understand his position and still agree with how little he does.
Exactly. He still should probably do more, but we can understand those above us, especially in a position that many of us are not in a position to replace. So, As for Chelix, I did suspect something like this would happen eventually. Fortunately, I am a very fortified position. Unfortunately, I would rather not have the remainder of the Shackled crushed and conquered. And if they truly have found a way to avoid the dangers of the Eye, it means they could get much more force here than previous in their past attempts. Do you know how much of a fleet they're sending?
I don't believe we ever found that out there.
I think we have an idea, right?
We know
from the
who's
papers.
coming with it.
An armada, right? Like one fleet.
Yeah,
they said?
it's an armada. Was
We
the
know
word
the
used.
admiral who's coming with it.
An armada would be like one of the fleet. So it'd be like, so at least one of the fleets.
Find the lady's name.
She is someone of House Thrune. I have the name.
I can grab
notes.
it too. Truvalia Thrune.
She's.
Yes.
I mentioned that she's the one leading this.
Yeah. And they use the term armada, which is something bigger than just the fleet.
An armada is a number of ships that would be described as a full fleet of our esteemed navy, or I should say the former navy. I was a admiral in myself. But if she's talking about an armada, she might involve more than one fleet. I, for one, had been in charge of the 4th Chelix fleet. That was where I had my admiralty before, well, my various disagreements with House Thrune and various other things drove me to abandon my post and seek out new life here.
Yeah.
That is still a threat, but it would be good to know how much of the actual Chelix Navy is being sent out. There are many fleets, and even 2 or 3 fleets would be significant, but it wouldn't be the entire might of all of the Chelix forces. That would be very difficult for them to muster, and certainly even Duvelia would have difficulty mustering such forces anyway. Her influence is powerful in the Admiralty, but still.
They definitely feel confident, though, in this invasion because of their apparent ability to cross the Eye of Abednego.
You will certainly catch many people off guard.
The question is, does the Queen herself have this confidence? Or is it Druvalia? A issue that many within the Admiralty and many within the nobility of Chelix, I'm sure as your friend Myste would agree, is arrogance. Though certainly I sometimes still suffer from it, I can recognize the fact that I have done much to overcome that in leaving Chelix.
That is true, but I fear that unless we are prepared, even a fleet that we could normally take on might be be unable to do it, because pirates are naturally divided. We will, but as we said, do you have any ways you think we could find out how many ships exactly? As we said, we're gonna, walk into the spider's den.
Though it has been a number of years since I served within the Chelaxian Navy, I very least could give you a basic rundown of their operations and formation. Unfortunately, I assume your associate Myste, of course. I assume you have less knowledge on the actual naval because of your situation within the Inquisitorials.
No, my expertise is mostly on the church.
Indeed. the Navy of Chelix is a strong, certainly. Having a major influence within the Inner Sea is one of their proud accomplishments. But this means that many ships need to be put in position throughout that area. And certainly, my suggestion would be to figure out a way to not have to pass through the Arch of Eredin.
Yes.
Do you have a way?
I have a sibling who can get us into a different port, and I have connections with some caravans that can get us into the city. Though it has been a long time, I can reach out to my mother. She runs the caravan that can get us there.
I mean, let me. Is there no like immigration or anything into Chelix or?
No.
Based.
I don't know. I feel like
Ugh.
merchants can go there probably and sell stuff, right?
That's not
Certainly, yes.
immigration.
There are ports that are used for trade, definitely. But my implication is, of course, the Arch of Eredin is a major point that leads into the Inner Sea, if you're not familiar with it. It is under control of Chelix, and it means it regulates and understands most ships that enter into the Inner Sea. The problem with that is, if you are attempting to sneak into an area undetected, it would be best to not enter any routes that be directly detected. There are plenty of other ways. Either head south and pass either through Braudadum or Thuvia and then cross the Inner Sea, or north and come in across the land from above Chelix. Those would be your two best options.
I've never seen that.
Oh yeah, I'd say I probably need to intercept.
Misty would know this information, but me, the player, doesn't.
Yeah, I have to. I've been looking for a good map. I can.
Oh, you know what? A good map is on the Pathfinder Wiki. There's an interactive map.
I've got a pretty good Inner Sea region map that's zooms in pretty well. I said Corinthian, right?
Yes.
So that would actually just be on the other side of the arches.
We wouldn't have to go through the arches.
Yes.
Okay.
But we still might not want to go to that sea directly because of all the activity there.
Yes. It might be better to come from somewhere in the Inner Sea, which would be more... you'd be less likely to have deeper searches when traveling that way. Going through the arches, it's a more direct control because you're coming in from outside, from the Arcadian Ocean. I'll just link this here for you folks too. Here's the,
what cities were you saying?
Here's
again?
the one I had. Here's the map I had. So Corinthian is the one that is at the tip right after the arches. The arches would be like right before there, which is basically it's like the strait of Gibraltar. Yeah, it's basically the same thing. It's a very controllable area that leads into the Inner Sea. And then Corinthian's right on the other side of that, meaning that a lot of that trade is being checked on before they're getting to the city regardless. Mm-hmm. That's also a major navy city, so that's why they have big control over that region. The suggestion would be to either head to Maniket or Mareb, kind of cross land was his suggestion, or head from the north, where you can go to Nidal and head down through across the Mendar Mountains. But that would just be... He's just suggesting Chelix. He's not suggesting anywhere to particularly go to. Is the thing, too.
Yeah, that's... So, the great thing about all of that is that we could literally go to any of those places without much of a problem.
Yes, Nidal, Rahadum, and Thuvia have their own issues, but certainly you can travel to them a lot easier probably than Chelix.
Well, the thing is, especially even, the Inner Sea region, you could literally teleport.
None of you have been there? Except for Misty?
Yeah, well, we might have a couple mess ups, but, whatever. Level 13 people.
What's your UMD, Misty? I can make this roll.
It gets
No.
You had mess ups when you at least sort of knew about it. Jacob doesn't know anything about it. He just guessed.
What do you call it? If you get information about it, though, it's not that bad. Oh, well, do you have the scrying spell, Jacob?
So,
I mean, I can't tomorrow.
As a note, for teleport, you do you do have to at least
Yeah.
time.
That's why I meant. That's why I said scrying. Is scrying a person or dude?
You can scry an
It's a
area,
creature.
can't you?
No.
Scry
a
area
creature.
is a spell.
Oh, is it really scry area?
I believe it's scry location. I know there is a divination spell that lets you look at
Just-
location.
Yeah, I know. There's this more powerful clairvoyant.
It's called.
Yeah, it might be like clairvoyance.
Well, there's a more powerful version.
God, I can't remember what's named though. Yeah. I'm going to tell you the big thing about it is that there are ways to detect magical teleportation though too. So depending on where
Well, what my thought is, because we don't want to go through the straits, through the arches of Aridin, whatever, right? We could teleport near Maniket or Mareb, and then Misty's family could have a transport there, a cargo ship there, to then take us to our destination, or into Chelix, right?
Right,
It would be my thought process
because traveling over land to get to like Mareb or something would take a very long time.
Well-
and our boat is probably very noticeable.
certainly you could probably get a different ship and head north
From the inner sea.
Yeah, you could head from the Shackles. You could go around the eye towards Medagola Itai Island, and honestly, you could land at Azir and take the
Oh, that's true. We could just
Ardren
meet-
River most of the way, and then easily get to Manket by the coast by a little bit of a
Yeah.
road trip.
From Mancat, we could either get to Thornton or
Yeah, if
Take
there's no
a
way-
boat from there to probably to Mareb or something, because they might not have trade from Manket to
and then
Curtov.
from Mareb, we could probably get into one of the other ports of Chelix, get picked up from a caravan, and go to the place.
Just because it probably is very dangerous to directly sail into Coriantian anyway.
Yeah. That is where the fleet is located, so it's under the most secure
Yeah.
turret.
Again, a lot of trade from outside of the inner sea comes there, but the thing is they also have a massive military presence there, so everything is probably super regulated.
Maybe Mareb to Westertown?
West Crown?
West Crown,
Yeah, let me
sorry.
check with West Crown. Yeah.
West Crown is a major port city.
Because that one's one of the other few that are listed, so...
Yeah. So
Yeah.
West Crown is the old capital.
Yeah, that's the old capital. It's a major port city. Oh, yeah, so... It also... This would probably be before the Glorious Reclamation, I'd assume.
Yes, so the Glorious Reclamation is like the next adventure path. That's when Chelix goes into the Third Civil War.
So this is...
That's when the Paladins of What's-Her-Face decide to have another fucking crusade.
Yeah.
Dealing with the war.
So that's probably on the agenda, but not coming soon.
Yeah, they wouldn't prepare for that because that catches Chelix by surprise. That's why they lose most of the southern land.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's a long distance scrying spell for location. Must be an older thing.
Yeah, it must be.
You're very low. It could have been.
Another scry object.
Yeah, well, there's this certain location, but that doesn't really help.
Yeah. Apparently, we could go to this place
Place?
in the north and go south.
Peasant.
Yeah, it's on the upper left.
So I think what would be, I guess, our best bet is we travel to Azir, and your sibling merchant vessel picks us up there, and then they, whatever location they think is easiest to get us in, probably best. unless, or we could just go to Azir. Yeah, just God, the time there, it's just so rough. Because there's no way for us to tell, like, there's no way for us to study the location.
Possess is not necessarily bad as a place, but the problem is it's an isolated location that has a lot of sedition against the government, so a lot of very powerful naval forces tend to head there.
Where Hell's Rebels takes place?
Probably is one of the books from Hell's Rebels does.
That's so weird.
Go, the more the rebellion is.
I don't see which book it would have been. They've got, because the books that they're mentioning are the Inner Sea World Guides, Towns of the Inner Sea, and then Chelix, the Infernal Empire books is what refers to stuff for this one. It might show up otherwise, but most of the information might come from those books particular, and then afterwards it was just reused in one of the Hell's books. It is possible.
I'm sorry, it takes place in Kintagro, which is further north. So it takes place closer to Revia, in Nadal or whatever.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense that it starts in Nadal and spreads south, because that's probably a pretty good place to do it. Each has their own difficulties, I'm going to tell you.
One would take more time, one would be more dangerous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably Pizach would be more dangerous, just because, again, there is a heavy Navy presence to try to maintain order there.
It would be quicker, because we don't have to travel over lands.
Yeah.
We probably want to take the... We probably don't want to do the dangerous route. Even though I'm really prone for danger here.
We should take Azir, play it safe, because we need to get it here and be safe.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because if we mess up, and we get caught in Chelix, we're probably having to, like, randomly teleport somewheres to get the fuck out of Dodge.
And honestly,
which is really fucking dangerous.
Honestly, knowing, like, visiting places like Azir and Marib, and Maniket, those like Azir and Marab are the capitals of their two countries.
It's good anyway, right?
Those would be good to visit, because those would be places that you might be able to find places to teleport to, honestly, while you're there.
Yeah. Isn't there something about Absalom having like a way to safely teleport there? Oh, but you probably should.
Possibly, but I doubt you'd know.
I doubt I know that. Yeah. Well, I'm suggesting it in terms of Jacub.
I'm sorry. Say that one more time.
I think there's something with teleportation to Absalom. About it being easier.
To Absalom?
But we don't want to do that anyway, because Absalom's really, really far from.
I mean, like, it still incurs a failure chance.
Where's Jacub
Well,
from?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. So I think we go to Azir.
Question: where's Jacub from?
He is from... Oh, crap. Sorry, I gotta pull up my notes.
I hope that's where he's
this
from.
unironically might be helpful because you might know a place. Yeah.
Well, you're not from the Shackles.
No, I'm from, like, that inner peninsula to the east of the Shackles.
The Carva lands or Sagarva?
Sagarva, that's the one.
Okay.
Unlucky.
Sagarva.
You're from
Ironically,
South.
you're from the place that... Aren't they going to be doing the rebellion that does...
They will have a rebellion against the Shackles after this AP.
Because they've been basically paying the Shackles off to allow trade to go through it safely.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's a later problem for us to deal with.
I didn't see.
That's the first crisis Sheffield gets to deal with. Yeah, I think we go through Azir and then to Maniket.
We hire a boat, I think, to take us through the river. That's over there, and then we just, I guess, like hire camels.
Okay.
That's
So-
probably the trek. They probably don't go over lands, but yeah.
Certainly you could probably arrange to maybe have, like, some way of traveling over land, going whatever boat you take up the, Avalon River. I'll have to make up sure to get the exact name of that.
We could pay people first. Like, this is literally a non-issue.
Yeah.
We have money.
You do have
Okay.
money.
We are quite wealthy.
And we literally have nothing to fear, basically, on this travel.
I do like that I try to, like, copy a link and it shoot the entire image into chat.
Yeah, that's
That's cool. I like that change on Roll20.
Yeah.
Okay, so we figured out our plan on how we're going to infiltrate this place, which is just to cover...
So you'll have a discussion with Aranax, and he'll give you some suggestions and some...
Yeah.
He'll inform you of some basic information on the Chelaxian Navy. I will... When it comes up, you'll have some knowledge of it also.
Yeah, and can we say he, like, also, like, gives us, like, a quick written dossier or like, information report on, like, how to act in Chelix? Like, in terms of, like, part of etiquette. Misty knows them, but it's good to have that as well.
He will give you some etiquette, because he's... I think he's actually from a naval family, so like he's from a rich family originally.
I just for both one Parisian, 2 killed people.
Yeah, his knowledge is probably really helpful, especially if we're going to try to infiltrate Navy places.
He actually would I understand why he would not suggest for you to take the Arch of Aridin. His fleet was originally in charge of guarding there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's one of the reasons he was able to escape through it, because, you know, when things went south and he mutinied with a bunch of ships, he was able to basically escape through there.
Because he just took the ship's cardigan.
Yeah. Pretty much. He led a mutiny across, I think, 7 ships and took them south.
That's based.
Yeah. So he took a chunk of the fleet. Yep. That's the reason they really hate the shit out of him, so...
Okay, that's actually.
God! And he also he's really based. You know what he did? He sailed through the eye in the storm. He just braved the goddamn storm with his ships and led them through it.
Chad.
Yeah. And then he showed up in Helm's Harbor, kicked the ass out of all the pirates there, and moved in. He's like, you put terrible defenses on this incredibly defensible place. I'm just gonna kick your ass and move in.
What a Chad. Honestly, I respect him a whole lot. So, alright, we have a plan.
I mean, no one really knows it, but it was a love affair that got him in trouble with the people that originally got him in there. A love affair and a duel.
Yep.
Hey, I love duels.
Yeah.
Dueling is fun. Alright, and I guess now we head to the Besmara's throne to hopefully get a blessing from the pirate queen herself. And also whatever I'm doing.
Yes.
Something about becoming a...
Yeah. So you can head for... So heading for Besmara's throne is not a difficult journey once you've finished up at Hell's Harbor. Of course, Besmara's throne is the entire island there, and you really want to quay for the town of Queen Bess, which is where most of the pilgrims to Besmara head to first.
Sailing there's no difficulty, I presume.
Yeah, no. So there's a thick mist that kind of surrounds the base of high cliffs surrounding the island of Besmara's throne. These are sheer cliffs between 50 to 100 feet, 120 feet high, pitted with crevices and caves, inhabited by awful things. So approaching just the sacred island is very difficult. There are flying reptiles and horrible birds and all kinds of things and spikes in the water and stuff. But there is a wide inlet to the west of the northern curve of the island, which leads into the southwest and merges through a beautiful Cove of the Queen, of which Queen Bess is upon. The cove in the center of the island. It's that's where the enormous temple in the center of the cove is. So, like, Queen Bess is where you'd kind of go first when arriving within the Cove of the Queen, before arranging to head to the Holy Isle at the center of it, where the kind of mists kind of still surround that in the middle of the island and kind of give it a very...
auspicious kind of view.
I like that's the word for what we're going to use. Auspicious sounds great to use it. Certainly, it would be.
Vocabulary
it is a difficult journey to head into Besmara's throne and head there. But certainly, I'm not going to have you roll. You've got well enough of the skill.
I mean, wait. Cantus, it's fine. I'll roll for you. There we go.
You super failed because you went so good you got in reverse. Congratulations.
You can't say that. It's like it's like Dagon's Jaws all over again.
You succeed too much.
Yeah, my knowledge of geography helps me here too.
and probably some knowledge of the Besmar Stone itself, too. Honestly, knowing about the island would be something that you, as a follower, probably would, especially since you're a follower within the Shackles.
Yeah.
So Queen Bess is not a huge city, and certainly it seems there are countless individuals that seem to be religious followers of various degrees of worship here. You probably have many that in levels of devoutness, I would say. Those that would match you and Sandra are far and few between, but it seems as though still plenty of those that give thanks and worship to Besmara head here. And you can in fact see the fleet that had accompanied you and many other ships like it seem to be docked here in places in the large docks here. You are greeted at the docks by a person that, dockmaster, but also seems to be pretty religious. It's sort of like kind of greets you. It's like, welcome. Are you here for the pilgrimage? Or are you just passing through? Or here for some kind of trade?
Yeah, I'm here for pilgrimage.
Excellent.
I was requested to come here.
Just to keep note, for those of you who are less devout to Besmara herself, as much as Besmara supports piracy of all kinds, this area is strictly off limits because it's hers.
Yeah, no worries.
I love this bar.
We got our bones on the ship.
Rather than saying it's design, it's just like, nah, this is our goddess's stuff. Keep your dirty hands off of it.
Never forget, guys, we have Besmara's bones on the ship.
Ship is disgusting. Thanks for reminding me.
It's
Wait,
not
I'm
literally
sorry.
bones.
Okay.
It is
good.
made of severed heads, though.
So I'll what is it? It's our figurehead on the ship. Clear.
Ah.
I don't know if it actually has a description.
It
other than
does. It's really disgusting.
Oh, it must be inside the book.
I would have to open up the book that was originally in to basically the full description, but yes, it's kind of awful, kind of, yeah.
Yeah. Well, when you ram an enemy ship, it inflicts a curse on the captain. Okay?
Yes, because you're stabbing it with the bones of the dead. Enjoy,
Hey,
other ship.
Some part of our ship.
Honestly, if it didn't have those extra heads, it would look pretty sick. Oh, wait, or are those ghost heads? Maybe those don't exist.
No, those are heads.
Damn.
Yeah,
Maybe we just covered those up.
We also have an anchor made of bones. There's, I think the wheel has a bunch of heads on it as well.
Yeah, I got the items. So we have Jalahar's wheel, which is hands of polished bone and grim skulls decorated the ornate carved ship wheel. When it grabs the wheel's handles are very smooth. They're comfortably smooth. Like, so it feels good to hold them. And then we have a skeleton anchor.
Yeah.
And then we have the shackles inside.
Yep. Which is
Classic times, guys.
Nice.
So anyway, yeah, no worries. We're not going to steal anything from the goddess, which grants me power. I think that'd be really stupid.
The person kind of look at you and be like, there have been dumber people that have showed up.
Yeah, like, you'd only steal something from Besmar if you, like, made it part of, like, a really funny trick. And then you have, like, a 50-50 chance.
Anyway, welcome to Queen Bess. I hope you enjoy your stay, etc., etc., etc. Alright, there's a number of shrines and temples throughout the city where you can check out. There are plenty of places to stay that have combinations that range from simple for those of you who are more pious to those of you that are more religious, various things. And if you need to head to the temple, you can arrange for travel to across from it from various people. For those of you who are less religious and are here for best described as tourist stuff and just visiting, please check in with the people in charge before you go and play around with any religious stuff. We'll need someone to watch after you.
Is
Thanks.
Sandra here?
Who?
High cleric of Besmar. Never mind. Anyway.
she does have a last name.
I don't think I have it written.
Nice.
Does anyone call my character by last name? I didn't think so. Okay. Anyway. So.
I mean, if they're referring to you outside, as the.
I know I'm looking for it. Okay. God. Where is it? I can't find. Oh, it's in the allied section.
Yes.
Sandra Quinn.
Mm-hmm. High Priestess Quinn, who just recently returned to us after a major victory.
Yeah, that was us.
You served with the High Priestess herself. No wonder you've come here. In order to, you've proved your worth in battle at the side of the High Priestess. Excellent.
I'm also a priest to Besmara, to be clear.
Of course you are.
This is the respect I'm talking about, guys. This is. Do you see this? God, unbelievable.
If it helps, I know you're a priestess of Besmara. I was there.
Of course you know, Jacub. I cast spells. And do I look like a wizard?
I mean, no disrespect to you, but you have yet to prove yourself here, and this is your first pilgrimage here.
You, I leave. I start going in town.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought Besmara was all about being like, just do whatever you want. So having a strict religion is kind of weird. I say that to you as we walk away. Like, it sounds that.
Grumble.
You get the feeling the town is definitely tourist trap for pilgrims, which is the most Besmara thing you can think of.
Basically stealing money from them by making a shitty tourist destination.
Yes, it's
I respect it.
Look, come for religious absolution. Pay money to us.
Well, it's like the Vatican.
I mean, it's literally just the Catholic Church, but more violent.
The Catholic Church.
Just as violent. Yeah. I assume I gotta go arrange passage across.
I chilled somewhere.
Okay, you can find some places to chill. Plenty of places and nice things to see here.
I can come with you if you want.
I'm not sure if you can, Chester.
Change your little religion with my own.
I mean, I believe in Besmara. Does that count?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Listen, I'm as confused as everyone else.
I mean, you can go until they say no, I guess. And
True. You can just do that.
Sneak in there and cause some chaos. That would really show them.
I mean, that would be really funny.
Myste, certainly as someone that is trained in religion, you can definitely tell there are two facets to this entire town.
Mm.
There is certainly the side of the town which is gaudy, exploitative, trying to get money out of people, but there definitely is some actual religious stuff that seems to go on in this place. It just seems to be a lot of the people just don't seem to notice it. Kind of like people that visit or people that are religious of Besmara don't seem to kind of pick up on the actual subtleties of what you're supposed to do.
For the trinkets
and to be like, I made a pilgrimage here, look at me, I'm mighty in Besmara.
I went to Besmara's temple and all I got was this crummy t-shirt.
That's exactly what you get here.
Well, I guess
T-shirt that says "I heart Besmara."
For some reason, I can imagine Besmara as inventing the fashion
it's
statement.
It's not t-shirts, it's hats.
Oh, it's
a
hats.
pirate hat.
It's pirate hats.
It's bicorns and tricorns.
It's bicorns and pirates that have the I heart Bes. It's got I heart her religious symbol on it,
Which is just a Jolly Roger.
Yeah.
So it's just a skull and cross.
So it looks like you just love pirates.
I would expect fully to be like an eye patch that just says "I" on it.
Oh my god, yes. It's an eye patch that just
an AYE eye patch. Eye.
God.
Oh,
At least I look like a pirate right now.
You do look like a pirate.
To a Pittsburgh Pirates game and being equally disappointed.
Oh no.
Yeah, I guess Chester can go with me for as long as he can.
I'll try.
He did
I
get
mean,
I assume at some point I'm gonna have to separate and do like a trial or something.
You could
Like,
probably certainly you can get to the island boat together. You can arrange.
You got the boon from Besmara, so like you're more than just like a dude who's like a high level dude that works with Besmara. You know?
And the other two of you can enjoy some of the local libations, food, and honestly, some of the various inns and places. There are probably some ones that honestly are less gaudy and less silly than some of the others. Actually can have some pretty good food. Probably takes a little bit to find off the beaten path. But
okay,
go ahead.
let me ask, what is a level 6 cleric spell that would cement me as being a cleric of Besmara that I could like just cast and show off, but just hanging out, just casual miracles.
To show off that you can cast cleric spells, yes. To show off you're a priest of Besmara, probably not. Like, that's kind of more difficult to do.
Some giant ship.
I feel like faking priesthood is pretty difficult. There's like a Ramadan priest or whatever that like fake it, but like
I have diplomatic immunity right now, okay? Don't forget
honestly,
that.
You probably at the moment someone like cast like detect alignment to see if you're radiant chaotic, and they just see like a thin layer of lawful energy surrounding you, they're gonna be like, what the fuck is that?
I did forget you can pull the diplomatic immunities. Like, hi, I'm from the law god. I have diplomatic immunity.
But you literally like you probably couldn't convince anyone you're a cleric because like the clerics here probably have detect alignment. You know what I mean?
I also think probably like the nice symbol of diplomatic immunity on your hand kind of stands out a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like you give like an ooze of lawful energy. that like when you're around me, it's like kind of it's not that shining. But when you're like away,
I'm in a transition phase. Okay, I'm going from chaotic to lawful right now. It's a lot going on.
I'm experimenting with obeying the rules.
With my diplomatic immunity, I get a +4 in bluff right now.
You're law curious.
I am a cleric right now. Look at that. That's a 36 right there.
I'm curious if I can put a gift in this.
Oh god.
Oh my god. Wait, you might be able to actually.
Does it work?
No. Japogs work, but not Gifes. Too bad.
No.
What?
See,
Did you just say?
Sorry, it's a gift.
it's because
Knives?
you pronounce them as dips, like the peanut butter. That's what didn't work.
Gifes and Jipogs. Sorry.
The J sounds,
Anyway,
which is peg.
Continuing, ignoring whatever absolute terrible
You're welcome.
words you have decided to bring
He
into
speaks
this world.
wonderful English, okay?
I only understand English.
Well, he doesn't speak that, he speaks English.
It's probably a weird Pennsylvania thing.
No,
Probably.
it's just a weird Tantus thing.
You're welcome.
That's just English.
Damn.
Look, there's a reason was not an English major, and I was the farthest thing from it. I went and studied math.
You are the direct opposite of an Englishman. If majors had opposites, you were on it.
Totally. Anyway, okay. So, heading from, of course, outside the cove to the temple. It's a horseshoe-shaped holy isle. That's the center. There's an enormous temple to Besmara on the island, kind of moving up on this kind of like hill side in the center of it that almost kind of leads up to cliff faces and stuff. So it kind of like raises up in the horseshoe shape to like kind of the back of the horseshoe where it kind of rises up. So people will arrive in boats on the two sides of the horseshoe and then kind of like move up to the temple at the kind of center top of it. And you can see that also like it is a there is a like lighthouse at the top of the temple, though not traditionally needed for the cove here. It's almost symbiotic that it kind of burns all the time. kind of almost as Besmara's view over the seas. I got kind of symbolic of that. So the temple itself towers up quite heavily. And it's definitely a kind of stone structure, but nothing too fancy for the materials. It's basically kind of made of a lot of local materials, probably mined from the cliffs and stone of the rest of Besmara's stone itself originally to be built. And it is, though, well decorated with designs, especially in the colonnade that leads inside to the main entrance of strange sea creatures that kind of are wrapping around the columns, and various types of sea monsters, some of which are more identifiable than others, kind of marking the domination that she has over the beasts of the sea.
Cool shit. Cool shit.
You'll move yourself into the main temple room, where the thing that kind of strikes you as the first is there is a massive statue of Besmara in the center of the room. There does tend to not be any kind of like seating and stuff. It's just like this main chamber has this huge statue of the Pirate Queen herself. Well, that worked at least. It's kind of like with her one boot up on what looks to be like the skull of a fallen enemy. Kind of her sword out in hand, kind of pointing it to the air, with a very like wind-swept sculpting. So it looks like, like kind of like on a. You could swear if there was sea spray, it would be there, kind of thing. Too.
Yeah, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Cool shit.
It looks like most of the people that are coming into here are kind of going in and giving that, giving, their prayers to the statue. Some of them are leaving offerings. Other of them are going to various shrines to smaller sects within Besmara, or some of her major servants, so that they can give, prayers to certain servants, in service of Besmara, I require your assistance for this kind of thing, that kind of stuff. Probably leaving gifts behind to kind of try to bribe various servants into, sink my rival's ship, or I want a storm to come and wash my neighbor's house over. Honestly, there are a lot of really nice things people are asking for. I'm just gonna be honest.
Besmara's not gonna sink your enemy's ship.
I mean,
you gotta do that yourself, dog.
Mm-hmm. It's less that you're bribing and more you're give me the strength to kind of
give you luck. Yeah. The luck timing.
Luck to you. May your storms come upon my neighbor so that I may outshine him, or something like that.
No, I got you.
So, it's rather than asking for a favor, it's asking for favor in the situation. Let your luck come to me. What do you want to do? The two of you are kind of standing around here as things are going about business in the temple here. No one seems to be particularly minding you. It seems everybody's off on their own thing, and certainly, if you were just generally taking a pilgrimage here, you could identify some things that you would be able to do as a general pilgrim. Especially you, Revia.
Feels weird though, I think, for such a high level cleric of this god to just go pray to the statue. I feel
Chester, you probably would have enough to give some prayers to the statue, kind of thing too. That's about as far as you'd probably go with what you know what to do. Some of the other stuff people are doing in this large chamber. Which there are ways out of this chamber, but it seems like most of the pilgrims are coming in here, doing their thing, and kind of then, some of them hang around offering more prayers or things like that. Do holy considerations or stuff. Attempt to commune with the goddess, whether they're not using magic or not. Some of them actually are. Some of them are just, trying it the prayer way and hoping for the best. And then plenty of people then just leave. But this seems to be the main chamber most people head to. What do you want to do?
I guess I should give a offering to the statue. Trying to give me a second.
You know, I mean, still about chaos, right? So pickpocket someone, take their offering, and
I was
offer.
literally tempted to do that. As part of Besmara's call it.
I could try that. I do have a sleight of hand of 10.
I
God,
don't.
that'd be so
That'd be
good.
good. So I'm not gonna do that.
Do you have knowledge religion? Would you know like?
Yeah, I have a +10. I don't have a bad knowledge religion. Okay.
I have a +10. I was gonna be like, what would a cleric of Besmara do in a temple?
I know what I'm supposed to do. All right, I'm a cleric.
Gets drunk, fight someone, passes out.
Hey, I will.
That is technically an option.
Yeah, but I feel like that's not the current vibe. You know, I will. We haven't sold anything yet in the timeline, or have we already sold?
I'm going to assume you just did most of your stuff
Okay.
already. Yeah, this is like post that. You did a combination of it at Quentin, Port Peril, and Hell's Harbor. I'll just say you took care of stuff as you could in those places when you were traveling around.
Yeah. Okay. I will take. We got just straight money from Harrigan's place, right?
You did.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna take like a ring or something that we got from Harrigan's.
Mm-hmm.
Part of the bounty from Harrigan, like 100 gold ring, so like an expensive ring. And I will put that as my offering to the Besmara statue, offering her part of the loot I have gotten from Harrigan, the person he had assisted.
Okay.
That seems like a pretty, that seems like a good thing to do.
Let me see.
And then I'll wait for Chesty to figure out what he wants to do, and then I'll do my next thing.
Well, I want to see. I'm gonna look around. I want to look around and see if there's anyone that isn't particularly paying attention to their stuff.
I respect it. Hey.
26.
There's some people that seem like they're probably pretty busy doing things. Like, you can probably find a few of them. How well they're not paying attention, hard to tell. But there are people that seem busy, at the very least.
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try to pickpocket.
Pickpocket's a cleric of Besmara. What's the worst?
And then use that as my.
No, it's very fitting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm actually using my Ion Stone ability to give myself a +2 to sleight of hand.
Okay.
So.
So it's not low.
Oh, 1!
All right. So, I
think
need you to
everyone's
roll me
busy.
a d4.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
I just need you to roll a d4. This is going to make a difference. Okay.
I passively noticed that, so.
I'm just going to hit a button here and see what I roll. Then.
Oh, that's really low.
It is pretty low.
I know I don't have a +10 perception, but it's not a class.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought this would be really cool.
No, it is, but you know, part of
Yeah.
being a thief and a pirate is that sometimes luck doesn't go your way. Man, you really did. You just have a habit of rolling low. Unlike these checks. Justin.
That was very sad, yes.
Okay. So, uh-huh. Okay. So you do not take anything. I'm going to tell you. That's the first thing is...
Okay.
There is a base DC you have to make to actually have successfully taken something from them, and it's 20. You didn't even meet that.
Right.
So you didn't even manage to pick something off of them. Though, they have not reacted to you, though. I will tell you right now.
Okay, I'm just
You
gonna.
know yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk away and be like.
Mm-hmm.
Question is, do I try it with someone else, or do I give up?
Go for it. Do it.
What would Besmar do?
Turn to the dark side.
He would go for it.
I mean, do you think she would yell at someone and then convince them to give him that stuff that you wanted?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What
I
kind
mean,
of...
I could intimidate someone. I have a 21 to intimidate, but I don't think that's the way she would go either.
I don't know what Bismarck is like as a player and a character, to be honest with you.
Did you get gifts to work?
I did.
I'm gonna go to the other side of the room
Mm-hmm.
and find someone over there and try to get.
Okay.
Giga Chad.
Come on, Bismarck, please.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Roll a
lot better.
d6 for me.
That is a really good roll for you. 15 there. Pretty decent.
Okay. I'm going to hit this button
I'm
here.
scared
Let's
that
see
that
what
was
it
high.
rolls. Okay.
Roll low again.
I did roll very low again. I'm going to roll something here. Let me just check something here. All right. So, you'll make a getaway with a small coin bag.
I am going to go and give my offering then.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I will tell you, the higher the number, the more plus the thing was going to have. And I removed one of the pluses that you got when you rolled the 2. So that was the highest plus. I rolled a 3. It was actually still very close to catching you, but you barely weren't. Congrats.
Yeah.
I rolled low enough.
I just had to. I mean,
no, it's acceptable. So you both make your offerings, of course, to the statue. I'm gonna roll something here. I'm gonna roll this twice. I'm gonna check something here. Just give me a second to review some things. Oh, okay. All right. Are you doing anything else then? Right now? You've given
No.
your.
that was me.
Okay. Revia.
I will, I guess, go, like, find Sandra?
Okay.
I just told the meter here.
Yeah. How do you want to go about that?
I will, like, walk up to a priest that's, like, overseeing the temple. Presumably someone has to take care of this place.
Yeah. Give me a sense motive check. It's kind of hard to tell because everybody's doing a lot of things, and there's a lot of religious people here.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at that.
All right, yeah. You can find someone that seems to be a little bit more important. Like, that seems to be related to, like, helping other people, maybe. But maybe not really helping other people, but maybe, like...
Just kind of, like, watching over.
Yeah, like...
That's happening.
Yeah, you know. Like, probably someone that, like, it takes you a little while, but they've been kind of, like, wandering around, and you get the sense that they've been actually, like, kind of watching and making sure the offering area is, you know, treated kind of way, you know. That people are just leaving stuff there. And not trying to take things from Besmara. You left the goddamn gift. You're not taking the goddamn gift from her. It's hers now.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You can take someone else's gift before they give it.
Exactly.
That's so
fine.
legal.
That's fine. You know, just don't take her stuff.
Yeah, no, if I would have stolen from her Bismarck to give it back to her, that would have
Smited
been
right then and there, dude.
Yeah, that's a little too far.
He's like, wait a second now. Smite.
I felt you take that.
I mean, that would be freaking hilarious.
you
but
technically have a divine connection, so she might be able to tell, especially for you.
I walk up.
Okay.
Priest.
They're just kind of ignoring you at this point in time. They seem to be going about their business, but you kind of walk up to them.
Hey.
Huh?
Sandra Quinn here?
What of it?
Supposed to meet her.
Who's asking?
Revia Gavet, Warpriest of Vesmara.
A what now?
Priest of Vesmara.
Okay. Why do you call yourself a war priest?
Because I wage war and destruction upon my enemies.
I mean,
Harrigan, I just killed Harrigan.
who?
Okay? Yeah, exactly. Who?
Well, good for you.
This hurts so much.
I'm just getting dissed every second.
Just start smiting people. Do it.
I can fuck up all these guys in melee combat.
I'm not saying you can't, but like, war priests are rare to begin with, and you're like the very rare deity.
I know, but like,
It's like
if I
you
say
are. You
priest,
might.
They're like, yeah, all right,
And
whatever.
they're like, oh, okay, you're just a priest. You know, it's just like when you said the war priest, like, huh?
I'm a warrior priest.
Anyway,
War
okay.
priest doesn't necessarily mean anything, you know. I'm a priest of war.
I'll go let her know you're here. And
I'll just come with you.
No.
I follow.
You're gonna get smited, dude.
I think it's smitten. I'm gonna get smitten.
Noted.
The guy will start like wandering off towards one of the directions outside of the room.
I get bored and I stop following.
Okay. Kind of like we'll turn back as you kind of
I
half
wasn't that
follow, kind of
committed.
shake head, and then kind of just like head off in that direction more. Why don't we end it here?
Yeah.
We started a little late, but we do normally end around midnight. And it'll be he's wandering off to go get Sandra, and this will leave us open for doing this here, and then having the travels to Chelix next time, and that part of the plan. So I already have arranged some amulets to hide your alignments and protect against some scrying, and also some disguises, which may or may not be good, but you have someone that's actually skilled at disguises, so I mean, that helps. Anyway, so we will be off next week, and then we'll be back the week after that. That's our current schedule. It was unfortunate that we're going to be missing Yaalkol for 2 weeks then, but you know, it happens. We're not missing Yaalkol for 3 weeks at least. So, hey, you know, one less week of missing. Anyway, Henry, do you have anything to shout out?
So on behalf of Erik, he says, y'all are nerds. But also...
I mean, fair.
I mean, that's true.
But I have a power Erik doesn't. Power put gifts in chat.
Honestly, that's impressive. So, you know, I don't want you to tell me. I want chat to tell me how to do it so I can, like, learn eventually in, like, 6 months. But thanks for playing, and I had a great time.
You brought forth Dark Sorcery. Momo, with your Dark Sorcery.
I am a dark evil sorcerer. You can catch me doing all the dark evil sorcery on Discussing Tabletop.
Hey, you know.
And that's kind of the only other place in that.
It is a place to go to for Dark Evil Sorcery. Oh, God, I keep forgetting I checked something in it. I really have to fix that. I had a good sort of video when you do that. Anyway, Cell.
Next time I'll be on the stream. I'll be a man of a diploma.
Power.
What's going on?
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Power itself will be brought
It's literally the only thing I have going on in my life, so... There's like literally nothing else to talk about for me.
You will join the workforce of adults and have more free time, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. And Joe,
I'm here.
you are here. But technically you're kind of over there. I get it right when I'm pointing? Yeah, that's pointing in the right direction. Just like you're over there for people. Anyway, yes, and thank you for joining as usual. I, Dracovin, I'm going to be here, of course, live most days during the week. If you want to check out me talking about some Pathfinder 2nd Edition tomorrow, come and join me at 1 p.m. in the afternoon. And then at tomorrow evening at 9 p.m., the same time as this show, will be May the 4th Be with Star Trek, the yearly event where I play on Star Wars Day Star Trek Adventures, because I am terrible like that and also enjoy doing that. Where oftentimes there is random and weird Star Wars references brought into a Star Trek world, because I also do that a lot. So that's that schedule. I'll be playing more gaming on Friday morning. His schedule right now is Splunky 2. If you missed me playing some Final Fantasy VI Open World Randomizer, it's really fun. I'll probably do some more of that next week. And then discussing tabletop on Saturday, plus more tabletop discussion in the morning. So that's the schedule. Check it out. Next week, again, we'll be off for this show. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Yes, we've had 1 week off, 1 week on, but honestly, you know, it's just a little bit more of a schedule to make sure we're split up and trying to our best to not miss Yaalkol as much. It was just unfortunate that, you know, things changed. Didn't have Erik this week, so we were hoping to. Anyway, I think that's it. So thank you all of you for joining out there. I hope you enjoyed the rest of your Wednesday/Thursday, depending on where it is on your time zone. And hopefully you can join again for more of this and enjoy our 6th season as we've begun. There's plenty of adventures to happen, and I'm going to be honest, I don't know how long it's going to go.
Yeah, just enjoy me being insulted by every single person I talk to while on this island.
It's the sheer fact that after you're done here, they will know your name. They don't know it yet.
Yeah, you know, just the casual level 13 cleric of priest of best.
Not everyone knows.
I know, I'm aware.
On Earth.
You've been busy like pirating, you know. They might know you less that you're a priest of Besmara and more
fair,
of a pirate.
Revia is a shit cleric.
Yeah, I'm a war priest, exactly.
You are more known for being like a member of the pirate council rather than particularly religious.
I know, it's just a good meme.
Yeah, it's like
Revia just expected more, okay? I mean, it's pretty reasonable.
Anyway, bye everybody. Farewell.
Bye.